Hi everybody, Barrett Lee here again, and we're continuing right now with our course introduction, and it would really help you, students in the class, if you had the syllabus file open, which you can find in our Angel course shell on the course page, that main tab that you get to. You can download the syllabus in a docx format. And right now I'm going to be talking about some of the course requirements as we go through. So we'll jump right into that. First and foremost is the reading. This is a class that you have to do the reading for. Sometimes you can get by and kind of fake it in some classes, but not this time, unfortunately. So there's only one textbook that we're going to be using, and that's right here. It's Philosophy of Religion, an anthology edited by Louis Poyman and Michael Rea. We are going to be using the 5th edition, which looks like this. Hold it so you can see it there. It looks something like this. It's the 5th edition. That is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the one we are using. There is a 6th edition out, but it was just recently came out, and it was after I'd already ordered these books for this current class. So we are using the 5th edition. And that's really important to remember so that you have all the right articles on hand to read. But you will want to get this book. It is pretty expensive. I'm sorry about that, but it's a really great anthology. I actually kind of enjoy going back and reading some of these articles again and again. So I hope you will too. It's some fun stuff. And folks from all over the spectrum, religiously and irreligiously. And you're going to have assigned readings each week that you're supposed to complete. The selections from the textbook, and I've tried as much as I can to keep it as close as possible to 50 pages a week, which I know is a lot, especially when you're reading stuff as dense as philosophy. But it's only an 8-week course, and we kind of got to jam everything in here. So if you haven't already gotten this book, please see to it that you do. It's going to be super important for you doing well in this course. So have this book on hand. The next course requirement is going to be article reviews. You're going to be offering me one of these per week. This is the main way that I'm going to evaluate your performance in this class. We don't have tests, which that's the good news, but you will be giving me these papers each week. They're going to be 3 pages long at least. If you want to go longer than that, you can. And that's 3 pages, double-spaced, 12-point font, Times New Roman, 1-inch margins. I have to be specific about it because I always have somebody who tries to work around it. Please stick to that in the rubric. I would really appreciate it, and it will make your grade higher. So you hand in these papers each week. It's got to be in by 11:59 on each Friday, and you're going to be doing them. They are article reviews, and you're going to be handing them in, reviewing one of the assigned readings from the textbook for that week. Don't do other articles from other sections of the textbook. Don't find interesting articles on the internet. It's great if you like to read that stuff outside of class, but for the purposes of this course, stick to the articles in the book. There we go. Stick to these articles in the book. And the introductory material to each section or each article does not count as an article. It's the ones written by other authors in this anthology. Article reviews as a whole are going to count for 75% of your grade. It's the major way that I'm going to be evaluating you. What I'm going to be looking for, if you flip over to page 5 of your syllabus, you'll see the article review rubric. It's what I'm going to be using. Each article review should have 3 sections. I want to see an introduction. That should be about a paragraph. And in there, really, I just need you to state the subject of the article. In other words, what's the article about? What's the topic we're discussing here? And I need you to state the thesis. In other words, what argument is the author defending in this subject? So, subject and thesis, and that should be about a paragraph. The next section should be at very least a page probably, but I want you to summarize the author's argument. trace the author's line of thought. How does she or he build her or his case for whatever thesis she or he is defending? So summarize it. It's really important that you use direct quotes with citations from the text itself, from whatever article you're reviewing. That's how I know that you've read it and that you understand it. As always with citations, it's really, really important that you include those with your quotations. Otherwise, it's plagiarism. The college frowns on that, and I will flunk you for it. So that's introduction, summary. The third section is assessment, and I want you to assess the argument and give me your perspective. It's where I want to hear what you sound like. Tell me, what did the author do well? What did the author not do well? Tell me, do you agree or disagree or other with the author? Don't just tell me that you like it or you didn't like it. I want to know why. Why do you agree or disagree? Give me your perspective. I'm not going to be grading you on what your opinion is, whether I agree with it or anyone else agrees with it. I'm going to be grading you based on how well you understand the text and how clearly you are able to articulate your own perspective on this issue. As I said before, 3 pages long, double-spaced, 12-point font, Times New Roman, 1-inch margins. It would be easiest if you separate each section with a heading. So introduction, summary, assessment. That makes it easier with me knowing that you've given me what I'm looking for. You absolutely have to include a bibliography. Even though I know that all these articles are coming from the textbook, it's just good form for academic and professional writing. And that's what we're doing here. It's college, so get used to it. I would prefer that you use the Chicago Manual of Style, or otherwise known as the Turabian style, for your citations. It's what I'm most used to. In the article review rubric in your syllabus, I've included an example of what that looks like. You can use footnotes or endnotes, whatever you feel you're most comfortable with and whatever you feel looks prettiest to you. If you have any further questions about proper citation methods, I would strongly encourage you to check out the online writing lab at Purdue University. You can Google that, and it's the website is also listed on the syllabus there, but please do check that out. It's a great resource, not just for this class, but for any class where you're writing papers and having to cite your sources, and you need to know, okay, what exactly is the proper format for citing sources here. So that is the article reviews. Any questions, feel free to post it and ask the professor, or email me. You can also email me, in addition to jblee@utica.edu, you can email me through Angel if you are in the class. Let's see, next course requirement is going to be the discussions. That's the other main part of the course. That's going to be 25% of your grade. And you're going to be expected to participate in the online discussion on a weekly basis, actually semi-weekly. For each week I've posted a question, and you need to respond to that question by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. And you also need to post a comment on someone else's response by Friday at 11:59 p.m. So you need to give your own answer to the question, and you need to make a comment on someone else's answer. Further discussion beyond that it's not required, but it's encouraged. And the whole idea is to get people talking and responding, and it's a great way for folks to get to know each other. When you're conducting your discussions, as I said before, please be respectful and civil toward one another. This is a classroom, and this is important too, length. Each initial response needs to be 150 words long, and each comment on someone else's response needs to be at least 75 words long. And when you're writing that, please don't use things like emoticons, the smiley faces, or the winky faces. That's not much place for that here. Please also don't use SMS, which is also known as texting shorthand. So, you know, FYI, G2G, IDK, BRB. That this is not a text session, so please write in plain English that we can all read. Again, we're writing professionally and academically here. As I said before, any offensive, abusive, or demeaning language will be removed, and you will automatically flunk that assignment if you keep on doing it, or if it's particularly severe, I might ask you to leave the course or just go ahead and flunk you for the whole class. So yeah, please be careful about the language you use. It's really important. Again, be respectful. I can't say that enough. And know that you don't have to agree with anything that's said here. It's a forum for learning, not a platform for proselytism. In terms of other policy statements, late work, you can hand in article reviews up to a week late for half credit. So if it's an A, it becomes a C. If it's a B, it becomes a D. And if it's a C, it becomes an F. And after a week, everything becomes an F. I grade on a 10-point scale. And if you have any other special academic needs, please contact Terry Henkel at UC. She's the Director of Learning Services. Her number is 315-792-3032. See, academic honesty, I already talked about plagiarism. Don't do it. It just ruins everybody's time here. Really be careful that you quote and cite your sources. Otherwise, it counts as cheating, and I have to respond accordingly, even if you didn't mean to do it. Yep, I've also got a course calendar there on the syllabus with the reading assignments, but I've also put the reading assignments with each week's section. So, yeah, so that's the syllabus, and look it over yourself, and if you have any questions, please contact me or post in the Ask the Professor section. Again, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. I think that about covers our business. And yep, I look forward to seeing you in the course where our first topic of discussion will be the arguments for the existence of God. So have a great rest of the day, and remember, if you can't be good, be careful.